Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to move this motion from this table. Mr. Speaker, this is an historical moment, and therefore, with your permission and honorable members, Mr. Speaker, allow me to proceed to give notice of the following motion. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members, I beg to give notice of the following special motion as follows. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Article 150, Sub-Article 1B, and Sub-Article 2 of the same, read together with Article 145 of the Constitution of Kenya that we passed in 2010, and as read together with our standing orders number 64 and 65 of the standing orders of the National Assembly, the Assembly of the Republic of Kenya, this Honorable House resolves to remove from office by way of impeachment His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, EGH, the current Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, sir, and honorable members, this special motion was lodged with the Clerk of the National Assembly on the 27th September 2024 and contains 11 grounds for impeachment. Mr. Speaker, in compliance with the law, as stated earlier, the grounds are concise, precise, are particularized in the motion, and this is a motion, and are supported by cogent, convincing, persuasive, evidentiary material in the nature of documents, affidavits, and electronic evidence. Mr. Speaker, I will also be presenting live witnesses, viva voce evidence, who will testify to corroborate the evidence that we have adduced in support of the grounds of impeachment. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, in the interest of the time allocated, I am not able to go clause by clause, sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, because as you notice, the grounds themselves constitute about 42 pages, and with the rest of the material, we have about nearly 100 pages. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, with your guidance, allow me to summarize the 11 grounds as follows. Generally, Mr. Speaker, as members will realize, the particulars of these grounds are that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has engaged himself in acts of omission and commission that constitute offenses under our Constitution, offenses under international law, and offenses under our own statutes. On ground one, Mr. Speaker, we will be demonstrating before this House that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has grossly violated Articles 10(2)(1)(a), 10(2)(b) and C, Articles 27(4), Article 73(1)(a) and 2(b), Article 75(1)(c), and Article 129, Sub-Article 2 of the Constitution of Kenya, as well as Articles 147(1), as read with Article 131(2)(c) and D of the Constitution of Kenya. And when the time comes, Mr. Speaker, I will be laying detail, article by article, to show the violations. On ground number two, Mr. Speaker and honorable members, at the opportune time, I will demonstrate to Kenyans that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has violated Article 147(1) of the Constitution and Article 152(1) of the Constitution of Kenya, the most progressive constitution in Africa. Mr. Speaker, on ground three, I will be demonstrating before this House to Kenyans and to the international community that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has violated Article 6(2) of the Constitution, Article 10(2)(a) of the Constitution, Article 174 of the Constitution, Article 186(1) of the Constitution, Article 189(1) of the Constitution, as well as the 4th schedule of the Constitution of Kenya. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, this is the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. It is not a mere document. It speaks to the soul of this nation. Under ground 4, Mr. Speaker, I will demonstrate that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has violated Article 161 of the Constitution of Kenya. I will further demonstrate under ground 5 that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, the Deputy President, the current Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, has grossly violated Article 3(1) as read together with Article 148(5)(a) of the Constitution. Under ground 6, Mr. Speaker and honorable members, I will demonstrate that the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua has committed crimes under Section 13(1)(a) and 62 of the National Cohesion and Integration Act, the act that speaks to our nationhood, the act that speaks to our multi-ethnicity, the act that speaks to our society remaining together as a cohesive society. And I will demonstrate with videos, I will demonstrate with affidavits, I will demonstrate with documents that the man holding the office of the Deputy President has violated the same law that he swore to protect in his own oath of office. Under ground 7, Mr. Speaker, I will demonstrate before this House that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has committed crimes under Sections 45(1), Section 46, Section 47(a)(3), Section 48(1) of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act. Anti-Corruption, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act, by using his office to unjustly enrich himself, by using his office to acquire within 2 months properties well beyond 55.2 billion. And Mr. Speaker, I will demonstrate before this House that during the presidential debate, if I may be listened to, Mr. Speaker, that during the presidential debate, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua did declare that he was worth 800 million. We are aware that he's paid slightly over 1 billion, meaning that for the last 2 years, the much he could have accumulated justly is about 24 million. But I will demonstrate before Kenyans that he has properties to himself, the ones that I was able to get in my time of research, worth 5.2 billion Kenya shillings. This is what we call unexplained assets, and we must lay the dragon of corruption from the highest office. Mr. Speaker, under the same ground, I will also be demonstrating, this is ground number 7, that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has violated Sections 2, 3, 4, and 7 of the Proceeds of Crime and Money Laundering Act. Mr. Speaker, you are aware that the Proceeds of Crime and Money Laundering Act is one of those laws pursuant to Section 2 of the Constitution of Kenya that we domesticated because of our international obligations about money laundering. And therefore, by proving the same, I will also be demonstrating before Kenyans that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has committed international crimes. Under ground 8, Mr. Speaker, I will demonstrate that the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya has committed crimes under Section 132 of the Penal Code and Section 29 of the Leadership and Integrity Act. And honorable members will realize that the Leadership and Integrity Act is the law that was enacted by this parliament, none other than this parliament, to give effect to Chapter 6 on leadership and integrity of the Constitution. Under ground 9, I will be able to show, and Mr. Speaker, when we get to this ground, the ground of gross misconduct, I will be able to speak to the House in a very clear manner as to what constitutes gross misconduct as interpreted by our own courts. And I will be able to show that the person of the Deputy President is a bully. The person of the Deputy President has been threatening public officials. The person of the Deputy President has carried himself in a manner that brings disrespect to the office that he holds, and therefore has grossly misconducted himself. Under ground 10, Mr. Speaker, I will also specifically demonstrate that the person of the Deputy President has committed the offense of gross misconduct in the manner of insubordinating the presidency and the Kenyan state. The Kenyan state is our soul. And if you insubordinate the state, you are not worth being a state officer. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, Underground 11, with your permission, when the time comes, I will also demonstrate, honorable members, if we may be listened to, I will also demonstrate that specifically the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua has committed crimes of gross misconduct, as I had earlier alluded to, in terms of bullying and threatening public officers. Mr. Speaker, in compliance with the provisions of Articles 145(1) of the Constitution, as read together with the National Assembly Standing Order number 65, honorable members, if you may listen, this is important. A total, Mr. Speaker, a total of 291 members of this National Assembly have graciously appended their signatures in support of this motion. 291 members. Mr. Speaker, it will be remembered, Mr. Speaker, it will be remembered that at this stage of moving the motion, the requirement of the law is that the motion should be supported by 1/3, translating to about 117 members. However, Mr. Speaker, we have 291. I therefore wish to thank my colleague members of Parliament for supporting this motion to over 83%, way beyond the required threshold of two-thirds, which is 67%, that is required at the next stage of voting for this motion. So, Mr. Speaker, there are times when we used to say this is an open and shut case. Mr. Speaker, sir, as a requirement of our standing orders, please allow me to read the names of the members who have signed in support of this motion.
Order.
Mr. Speaker,
go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, for purposes of completeness of the record, the standing orders require that the mover of the motion does read all the names of the members who are in support of the motion for openness. And I therefore read the name of the patriots, borrowing from Senior Peter Kaluma. Mr. Speaker, I began with myself. The Honorable Ekomas Mwengi Mutuse, yours truly. The Honorable Owen Baya. The Honorable Japheth Nyakundi. Matthias Robi. Kimani Ishungwa. Member for Kikuyu and Majority Leader. Abdul Rahim Daoud. Patrick Munene Ndwiga. Eric Wamombi, the member for Madera. George Kariuki. Kili Daniel Karido. Dorothy Mudhoni Ikiara. Mwangi Kiunjuri. Boro Ambore. Elizabeth Kairemia. Edwin Mugo Gishoke. Rindikiri Mugambi. Jane Kagiri. Anne Murada. John Paul Murigi. Gikaria David. John Kirago. Mary Mainge. Alice Nganga. Wambugo Wainaina. Mashua Waidhaka. Kuria Kimani. George Kitonga Murugara. Simon Nganga Kingara. John Kiaria Wainaina. Shadrach Mwiti. Honorable Joseph Wainaina, nominated. Betty Maina. Geoffrey Kiringa Waroko. Roko. Gigi Kagombe. Julius Taitumu. Duncan Maina Madenge. Kwenya Dhoko. John Juguna Wanjiko. John Kanyuithia Mutunga. Honorable Junet Mohamed, the leader of minority. Honorable Mohamed Abdikadir. Honorable Yakub Ado. Honorable Richard Ken Chonga, Honorable Ali Wario, Honorable Ruwaida Obo, Honorable Hamisi Chome Abdi, Abdi Kadir Mohamed, Zamzam Mohamed, Rashid Benzimba, Said Buya, Peter Shake, Peter Masara, Mishi Juma Mboko, Joyce Osogo Bensuda, Fatuma Masito, Mohamed Machele, Aduma Owor, Jerusha Momanyi, Honorable Dr. Professor Gogo Lilian, Millie Odhiambo, the one and only, Honorable Irene Mayaka, my sister, Honorable Dick Maungu, Honorable Joshua Oron, Honorable Walter Owino, Honorable Patrick Osero, Honorable Molfason Barongo, Mark Ogola Nyamita, Tom Ondege, Gisairo Ombane, Oku Kaunya, Rosa Mbuyu, Charles Were, Fatuma Mohamed, Paul Abuor, Badu Twalib, Dr. Charles Ochieng, Caleb Amisi Luyai, Elisha Odhiambo, Farah Maalim, Elijah Memusi Kanchori, Kakuta Maimai Hamisi, Aden Daud Mohamed, Honorable Wanjala, Honorable Peter Orero, Honorable Martin Peters Owino, Honorable George Peter Kaluma, Honorable TJ Kajuang, Chiforomondo Mwangale, Honorable Donya Doris, Stephen Mogaka, Felix Odiwar, Geoffrey Odanga, Honorable Tim Wanyonyi, Honorable Christine Ombaka, Honorable Hussein Weitan, Honorable George Aladwa, Joseph Oyula, John Bwire, Omar Mwinyi, Catherine Omanyo, Danson Mwashako of Wiper Party, Innocent Mugabe, Charles Nguna Mwingi West of Wiper Party, Honorable Elsie Muhanda, Honorable J.L. Sunguli of Kilgoris, Honorable Udgun Siad, Honorable Dr. John Ariko, Honorable Tindi Mwale, Otiende Amolo Senior Counsel. Mr. Speaker, the House takes notice that Honorable Otiende Amolo is one of the makers of the Constitution that we are implementing. Honorable Christopher Aseka, Honorable Paul Ekwon Nabuin, Honorable Nicholas Gikor of Turkana East, Honorable Yusuf Mohammed, Honorable Abdgadir Hussein Mohammed, James Koyo, Sarah Paulata Korere, Honorable Umker Arun Mohammed, Honorable John Nikal.
James.
Yes, my sincere apologies. For the correctness of the record, this is Honorable Dr. Professor James Nikal, the member for Seme. Honorable Daniel Manduku, Honorable Mohamed Ado, Honorable Wario Guyo, Honorable Paul Katana, Maurice Kakai Bisau, Emmanuel Wangwe, Bernard Shinyali, my friend Nabi Nabwera, Patrick Makau Kingola of the Wiper Party Mavoko constituency, and Commissioner of the Public Parliamentary Service Commission, very able, voted by members of this House. I thank you in a special way, my senior brother. Honorable Shakil Shabil Hamed, Honorable Aden Kainan, Honorable Dr. Aden Kainan. Honorable Fatuma Jeno. Jeho. Honorable Amina Munyazi Laura. Honorable Gertrude Mbeyo. Honorable Adipo Akwome. Mr. Speaker, if you allow me, I can have a sip of my water.
Go ahead.
Number 134. Number 134, Abdi Omar Shurie, the chairman of the Committee of this House on Public Debt. Honorable Tom Oluoch, the member for Dagoretti Beatrice Elachi. Honorable Samuel Arama. Honorable Guyo Jaldesa, Professor. Honorable Anton Kibagedi, my brother. Honorable Samuel Atandi, my brother. Honorable Ruth Busia. Honorable Ruth Odinga Busia, the women rep for Kisumu County. Honorable Eve Obara. Honorable Johnson Manya Naika of Mumias East. Kipyegon Joanna. Omboko Milemba. Marwa Maisori. Moses Kirima. Lydia Aiga Mizigi. Adan Aji Yusuf. Mumina Bonaya. Charles Gimose. Mohamed Tubi. Zahir Janda. Clemens Lawyer. Zuleka Hulbal Arun. Lekumontare Jackson, member for Samburu East. Anton Kenga Mpe, ukimwona Mpe. Bashir Abdullahi. Didmas Barasa. Malulu Injendi. Geoffrey Mulanya. Frederick Ikana. Mr. Speaker, for completeness of the record, there are names that I have cancelled and I have signed against the cancellation. Honorable Titus Amala, Joseph Dena, Honorable Kivai Kagesi, Honorable Vincent Musyoka, aka Kawaya, member for Mwala, Honorable Fabian Muli, Honorable Caleb Mule, Honorable Joshua Mwalio, Honorable Dr. Recho Nyamai Kaki, Honorable Nimrod Mbai, aka KPLC, Honorable Dido Raso, Honorable Lekuton of Laisamis, Honorable Chief Whip Silvano Sosoro, Honorable Abdisarat K. Ali, Honorable Abdul Haro, Honorable Mary Emase, Irene Joki, Nebat Muriuki, George Gachagua, Stephen Karani, Gidhua wa Masukuru, Rahabu Mukami Washira, Joroge Wainaina, Elijah Njoroge Kururia, Epuyu Nanok Daniel, Mudhoni Marubu Monica, Kenneth Tungulu, Mudhama Stanley, Joseph Emanthe Namur, Faith Gitau, Cecilia Asieni Ngitit, Pamela Njoki Njeru, Rahab Robert Basil, the member for Yatta and Awaipa Party. Protas Akuja, Kasim Sawa Tandaza, Pauline Lengimis, Honorable Dr. Robert Pukose, Honorable George Sunguia, Honorable Joash Nyamoko, Kitlai Olentutu, Lea Sankaire, Lemankon Aramat, Agnes Pareño, Gabriel Tongoyo, Rebecca Tongei, Catherine Wambilinya, John Makali of Kandui, John Chikati, Susan of Tharaka Nithi, the women rep for Tharaka Nithi County. Mburu Kahangara, Geoffrey Wandeto, Ronald Karauri, Jackson Koech, Jackson Kosgei of Baringo, Adams Kipsanai, Kagogo Bowen, Jematia Sergon, William Kamket, Catherine Ngalechei, Ruben Kiborek, Kimaiyo Gideon, Musa Sirma, Joseph Kipkorus, Joshua Kandie, Charles Kamuren, John Waluke, Richard Yegon, Richard Kilel, Brighton Yegon, Francis Sigei, Kipngetich Koech, Lynette Chepkoril Toto, Justice Kemei, Nelson Koech, Beatrice Kemei, Joseph Cherorot, Kibet Komugoi, Hilary Kosigei, Benjamin Langat, Mutai Alfred Kiprono, Liza Chelule, Joseph Tonui, Paul Chebor, Fred Kapondi, Lilian Sioi, Naomi Jilo Wako, Faisal Abdi Bader, Alpha Miruka of Bamachoke Chache, Deko Baro, Innocent Obiri, Ogola Gideon, Honorable Sabina Chege, the party leader of the Jubilee Party, Peter Lochakamping of Sigor, Samuel Chemulel, Rael Kasiwai, David Kosing, Titus Lote, Joseph Samal Womwa, Honorable, the handwriting is sometimes difficult, right? The member for Samburu North.
Eli.
The Honorable
Letipila Eli.
Lelitila Lady of Samburu North. The Honorable Kareke Mbiuki. The Honorable Martin Pepela. Wanami Wamboka. David Ochieng. Ferdinand Kevin Wanyonyi. Gladys Boss Chepkosgei Sholei, the women rep for Sinigishu and my former teacher. Paul Kipchil Biego, Marianne Kitani, Samuel Kiprono Chepkonga, Janet Sitienei, Muge Chepkosgei Cynthia, Joses Kosgei Lelmengit, David Kiplagat, Julius Kipibiwot, Julius K. Ruto, Bernard Kitur, Phyllis Barto, Professor, Oscar K. Sudi, Engineer Oscar Sudi, Dan Wanyama, Honorable Dr. Adagala Beatrice, Amina Dika, Abdi Ali Abdi, Hussein Abdi Bare, Gonzi Rai, Ibrahim Abdi Sanei, Honorable Ker Kasim, Honorable Salah Farah, Karoli Omondi, Robert Gishimu, Michael Mushira, Jared Okello, is my last name, making a total of 291 members. Mr. Speaker.
Yes, wind up.
Honorable members, as we wind up, as I alluded earlier, I presented to the Clerk of the National Assembly, and this afternoon, I'm laying on the table of the House the following documents. Number one, the special motion dated 26th of September 2024, and received by the clerk on the 27th of September 2024, and I have it in my hands and I'll be laying it shortly. Number two, with this special motion, Mr. Speaker, I am also laying before the table of the House the list of 291 members of the National Assembly who signed in support of the motion. Mr. Speaker, number three, I will also be laying the bundle of evidence in support of the grounds in the motion. And number four, I will be laying the list of witnesses, all contained in this bundle. Mr. Speaker, Kenyans will be shocked. Indeed, Kenyans will be very shocked when we finally unravel and demonstrate the grounds and the supporting evidence. I therefore, through you, Mr. Speaker, humbly request the House Business Committee to allocate me ample time at the time of moving the motion so that Kenyans can appreciate in detail the injustices that have been committed against them by the person of the Deputy President. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I beg to give notice of the special motion and to lay the said documents on the table of the House. And if you allow, Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, please allow me to highlight the following.
Order.
Mr. Speaker, I am a Christian, and I often read the Bible. And the Holy Bible, in the book of Proverbs 29 verse 16, says as follows: when the wicked are in authority, sin flourishes. But the godly, and mark the godly in small g, will live to see their downfall. That is the Holy Book as contained in the book of Proverbs 29:16. Further, Mr. Speaker, in the book of Mark, chapter 9, verses 42 to 47, it says as follows, and I quote: If anyone causes one of these little things, honorable members, Kenyans, please listen carefully. If anyone causes any one of these little things, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them if a large millstone were hung around their neck and they were thrown into the sea. 43, if your hand causes you to stumble, cut it off. It is better for you to end a life maimed than with two hands to go into hell, where the fire never goes out. 45, and if your foot causes you to stumble, cut it off. It is better for you to end a life crippled than to have 2 feet and to be thrown into hell. And if your eye causes you to stumble, pluck it out. It is better for you to enter the kingdom of God with 1 eye than to have 2 eyes and be thrown into hell. Mr. Speaker, if Kenyans cannot get services because of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, we'll be pleading, pluck him out from government. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, it is my belief that these 2 quoted verses are also true to the Quran and to other holy books. Turning now to our own jurisprudence. Honorable members, because many of us are political practitioners, even those who are not lawyers, would remember that in nullifying...
Order, Mtuse, you are giving another motion, you are not debating the motion.
Yes, I'm finishing.
Yes.
I'm finishing. In nullifying the 2017 presidential elections, His Lordship, the Chief Justice Emeritus, the Honorable David Maraga, pronounced himself in the following words: the greatness of any nation lies in its fidelity to the Constitution and adherence to the rule of law, and above all, respect to God. And Mr. Speaker, it is this persuasion, Mr. Speaker, that has made me to bring this motion of impeachment against the person of the Deputy President, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. For the record, and Kenyans, listen, I have no grudge, I have no malice, I have no ill will, I have no personal vendetta against His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. I am just doing my duty as a citizen of the Republic of Kenya and executing my mandate as a member of this House as mandated under the Constitution. to bring this motion. I will therefore, Mr. Speaker, with your permission, lay the documents before the House and beg to give notice of the motion. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Hand over the documents to the clerk. Yes, Ruku, what is it? Order, members. Ruku, what is it?
Honorable Speaker.
In relation to the motion?
Yes.
What is it?
Honorable Speaker, I rise to seek your clarification on the special motion for the removal of the Deputy President. Honorable Speaker, as you are aware, 4 seats in the House are vacant following the resignation of the Honorable Obio Wadai and Honorable John Badi upon being appointed as Cabinet Secretaries. Further, as you are aware, the seat of Magarini constituency was declared vacant following a successful election petition. The Banisa constituency seat was also declared vacant following the unfortunate demise of our colleague. In this regard, we are now 345 members in this House and not 349 members. Honorable Speaker, in this right, what the threshold shall you use to determine whether the special motion, what is the threshold, Mr. Speaker, shall you use to determine whether the special motion meets the constitutional threshold? Differently put, Mr. Speaker, to pass this motion, shall we require 2/3 of 345 members or 349 members? In my view, vacant seats should not be counted.
Order. You can't ask a question and answer it. You cannot ask the question and answer it.
Honorable Speaker, let me prosecute. I'm trying to prosecute my point of order. In my view, vacant seat should not be counted in determining the voting threshold. Further, I wish to seek your clarification on whether our proceedings are varied in the right of the 4 vacant seats. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. You've made it.